All right. Hello, everyone, and now welcome to a game between Infi versus Fly. This game taking place here on Concealed Hill. Yep, this is from WarCraft Gold League. Wait, why am I showing you absolutely nothing in the corner of the map? I don't know. Trying to remember to, control the map as well as everything else here as we're looking at, well, Fly spawning as the blue orc over here on the top right hand side of the map. Meanwhile, over here on the bottom left, we have Infi spawning as the red human. Human versus orc in this 1v1 matchup. And, well, I guess warming up with a crazy 2v2 game. Are we going to see another crazy kind of 1v1 game have as much action as a 2v2 game? Only time can tell, as we are looking at two of the best players in the world going up in this classic human versus orc matchup. I think colors on the top are reversed. Yeah, they are. Can I swap them? Okay, there we go. Oh, no. That actually swapped them. Okay, so yes, the colors on the top were reversed. Now they are fixed. So I just using the ally color mode seemed to have corrected that issue. Thank you, Watt, for pointing that out. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. This is going to be an Archmage going up against a Farseer in this 1v1 matchup. And I'm starting to like this Farseer play just a little bit more. It seemed to be getting a little bit dull, as it was always, I guess, Archmage going up against Blade Master in years and years past. So far, though, it's nice to see, well, what this game has in store for us. Infi now making his way out with a footman, going to be doing quite a bit of scouting. What phase is it? Well, I don't want to... for anyone who hasn't... What do you mean, what phase is it? All right, first things first to note, we are looking at Fly opening up, and he is doing this without a barracks. So he's going to be doing a very fast tech to tier 2, actually getting his second orc burrow before getting up that this one barracks. Metaphysics, can you answer that for me? Archmage coming back around here, going to go ahead and finish off the Forest Troll Berserker. Group stage round of 16. Thank you very much. Farseer now going to be backing up again here, trying to put pressure onto this Archmage. It's going to be a very fast tech to tier 2. You can see multiple orc burrows already being placed down, and we still don't see a Voodoo Lounge as of yet. I would have expected a Voodoo Lounge started in the next 45 seconds or so, as that would give a reason for that Farseer to retreat and return back home. Back off to the north, there is that Voodoo Lounge coming into play. There is that barracks now, as this tech to tier 2 was incredibly aggressive, as the Spirit Wolves are now going to perhaps try and make their way inside here. Militia have been called back over. Meanwhile, back off to the north, Farseer is still trying to get in some damage that will stick and last onto some of those units, or perhaps steal a little bit of that experience, as we're looking at a Footman. Well, still getting in some damage, or absorbing a lot more damage. Ensnare going now onto that Spirit Wolf. That Spirit Wolf will get taken down. Level 2 now on that Archmage, as the Farseer is still just trying to get in a little bit more harassment. Archmage now has Brilliance Aura, will be able to do a little bit more. You can take a look. The Limb Ripper and the Murlocs coming in, getting in a little bit more damage, as well as the Farseer of Fly still not on the board with any experience yet. Archmage pushing back to the other side. This Water Elemental purposely hiding, doesn't want to give any experience to his opponent. Is the Farseer going to spot the Water Elemental? No, it is not, as the Farseer now makes its way back down, perhaps to try and put pressure onto some of those units. Voodoo Lounge should already be done. We are seeing tech to tier 2 nearly completed. We are looking at the War Mill as well, as the Farseer looking to back up again. All right, War Mill getting trained up. Are we going to be transitioning into Headhunters? Generally, mass tier 1 range does not work well against human because of defend, as it does work well against some of those other races. All right, Footmen now going to perhaps shift their way back off to the north. Archmage putting in pressure, and well, it looks like Infi realized that, you know what, I can really put in a lot of pressure and cause a lot of problems towards my opponent. Farseer still does not have any experience whatsoever. Are we going to see, yes, the resummoning of those Spirit Wolves, as the units are still backing around here. All right, it really feels like Infi is a bit greedy right now, trying to creep out his opponent's creep camps, while his opponent is sitting right here, and reinforcements are just going to be making their way over. All right, Grunts are starting to join in on the fight here, as Infi may decide against this here in just a moment, as we're looking at, nope, going after the Ogre Warrior and now actually getting an ensnare on his footman for all of his efforts. All right, there goes that Spirit Wolf right there. It looks as though the Archmage is still going to add up some damage onto those grunts, as Fly looking to back up, still not on the board with any experience as of yet. Tauren Chieftain has joined in on the battle, and with the Tauren Chieftain here, Footman saying, you know what, I know what's going to happen. I don't want to be in any part of this battle. Let me get away. Alright, Water Elemental going to get taken down. Farseer sitting at level 1. Thank you for the follow. Farseer looking to continue to back up again, as the Footmen are just causing in a lot of pressure. Tauren Chieftain went for Endurance Aura first, and that is a visual indicator to Infi, saying, you know what, I can actually fight next to that Tauren Chieftain without losing all of my Footmen right now, at least until this Tauren Chieftain gets up to level 2. So far, the Farseer Tauren Chieftain very low on experience. Only one water elemental between the two of them in terms of experience, as the resummoning of the Spirit Wolves. 21, I think, is that 42 experience for a water elemental? Yes, I do believe so. So now 42 on both. Yes, another water elemental has been taken down. Tauren Chieftain wanting to get to level 2 first. Therefore, the Tauren Chieftain actually creeping by itself on this 4-3-3 creep camp should be enough, or be very close to get to level 2 here. Might be right on the money or just shy. Let's take a look. 205. As that Tauren Chieftain now on the board, having access to Stomp, going to greatly change things here. Infi finding this opportunity to clear out the dangerous red Ogre Lord from the red creep camp. Didn't clear out the entire thing, but picking up that unholy aura is going to be incredibly helpful for that Mountain King. All right, Priest going to be joining in on the fight as well. Going to go offering up a little bit of healing. Meanwhile, the Farseer here perhaps going to try and get some damage onto some of those units, but really can't do all too much. We're going to see the Archmage here. Is that Water Elemental going to get taken down? Yes, by the Rock Golem. Farseer still does not have that much experience, as the Priest should be offering a lot of healing onto the Archmage, as opposed to just trying to get in some damage onto any of these creeps. All right, damage adding in through and through. Footman getting in some extra damage on that Farseer. Farseer is going to end up getting taken down. One more shot, two more shots should do it. But no, the Spirit Wolf gets in the way, or was it the rabbit? A silly rabbit. Fireballs are for Farseers. Anyways, Mountain King now making its way back down here. All right. Archmage going to go ahead and try to aggro. It did aggro those units once more? No, it didn't look like it. I thought it did. There it goes, trying to go after the Forest Troll Trapper. Oh, silly wabbit. Yes. I'm glad someone understood that reference, as the Forest Troll Trapper about to get taken down. Meanwhile, Farseer still trying to get in some harassment. Tauren Chieftain already up to level 3. Farseer still trying to harass, but much more important that the Tauren Chieftain gets to level 3 than the Farseer does. Mountain King may be able to get to level 3 off of this creep camp here. Needs a little bit more. Yes, Forest Troll Trapper will get taken down. And no, the Mountain King 5 experience shy from level 3. Farseer now gonna go back the other way. Still has some healing salves. Still trying to do a little bit of harassment, as we see an expansion being set up by Fly off to the north. All right, expansion set up off to the north here. Meanwhile, Infi actually taking the center expansion instead. Interesting choice to go for that center expansion, as the center expansion is, well, I guess the most valuable one, as it is expanding towards your opponent, and with only an odd number of gold mines on the map. Every piece of gold that you mine from this gold mine is gold that your opponent is not going to be able to mine easily. Back off to the north here, it looks as though that Great Hall will be done in just a moment. We're looking at Water Elementals making their way back over, getting in some damage onto that Farseer. What is going to end up holding on here? We see Concealed Heal does have a couple of fountains of health, but those have not been cleared out, as the Archmage and the Mountain King both sitting at level 3. All right, trying to pull those units back over. Mountain King, Stormbolt finding that Shaman right there. Are we going to see some Thunderclaps coming across here? Water Elemental is right there. It's going to get purged down. rather quickly as the units are looking to battle it up. All right, Mountain King getting ensnared here. Spirit Wolves, well, getting control magic there as the Mountain King going to go ahead and get off a Stormbolt onto the Tauren Chieftain, followed up by a clap, but the Mountain King doesn't have that much mana. Does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, though, as it's going to continue to try to fight their way through. Giant Stomp hitting both a Footman and a Priest as they're looking to back away once again. Red Spirit Wolf getting control of magic by Infi. Meanwhile, a couple of easy peons as they're trying to get to work may get taken down. Mountain King is currently back out onto the field. Are we going to be looking at a Stormbolt onto the Shaman? Shaman, well, in a great spot. There's a Thunderclap. Well, not a great spot. Gets clapped away. Shaman there to try and shut down those water elementals, but the water elementals are there to shut down the Wind Riders, hence the extra use of mana from the Mountain King to take down those Shaman. We are looking at expansion of Infi fully operational. Meanwhile, Fly is going to get his gold mine saturated here in just a second. Farseer is still sitting at level 1. Tauren Chieftain is going to be leading the charge. Once more, as the Farseer, what can it really hope to do? Perhaps try to clear off this Ogre Magi creep camp, but it could be a potential creep jack as well, as Infi is going to perhaps try to come in from the back here as they see the Forest Troll Berserkers now make their way over. All right, trying to go after these units as they are heading back. Tauren Chieftain going to try and line up a stomp, as we may see more and more Spellbreakers coming across from Infi to try and create a front line that the Tauren Chieftain cannot break through. So far, the Farseer still not going to really get any experience. It looks like it's trying to get that Tauren Chieftain to level 5 or level 4 first, as the Farseer is retreating all the way back. Mountain King, is it going to try to go up off on that front line? We are looking at 3 Kodo Beasts. And this is an interesting play by Fly, going for 3 Kodo Beasts. If there's nothing in the belly of the beasts, well, then it's really not that great of a usage right now, as Spellbreakers should be eaten up pretty quickly. Footman perhaps going to be on a suicidal run to free up some supply to transfer into, to get into more Spellbreakers here, as you're looking at those Footmen now just diving on inside perhaps the main base. Orc Burrows or any of those other buildings could end up getting taken down. 63 supply compared to 56 right now. Fly. Well, the armies are about even in size, as the Footmen actually ran around the entire map and are now going to be making their way to go after all of these peons here. Farseer, Tauren Chieftain now making their way back off to the north here. Kodo Beast, well, caught in a very tough spot. There goes a bolt onto a Shaman again, as the Kodo Beast is going to try and, well, what is it trying to do? It is trying to dine and dash, but with no easy way to escape. Where can it really go? Wind Riders were added in, so we are going to be seeing a couple of flying machines joining in on the fight as well to try and neutralize them down. 58 supply compared to 64 Infi, still with the advantage. We're still perhaps going to be trying to get some additional Orc Burrows, as the armies are going to slowly go into that dangerous mid-60 to low 70 supply range on both sides. Farseer, finally sitting at level 2, has access to Chain Lightning. Tauren Chieftain still sitting only at level 3, but, sitting at level 3, but compared to the primary hero, the Farseer, still up a level and very close to level 4 indeed. If it gets up to level 2 Endurance Aura, it would really also want some intelligence-based items, as getting mana is actually one of the things that the Tauren Chieftain has the most difficulties with. Wind Riders finishing off that Red Drake without much of a problem. Tauren Chieftain already sitting at level 4, gets the Robe of Magi, now up to 360 mana. A very big jump in mana indeed, as it also will help with its mana regeneration. All right, Kodo Beast, nothing is in the bellies. Meanwhile, back across over here, Archmage stealing a little bit of Bloodlust. Mountain King is sitting at 3. Archmage is sitting at 3, going up against a 4, almost 3 Farseer, trying to make up some of that difference here. Unholy Aura, that's a quick purge, finishing off that Archmage illusion, as it does deal extra damage there. All right, Wind Riders trying to focus down some of those buildings. Not going to be that lucky, as one Scout Tower down to 13 hit points already. Is it going to be repaired? Coming back on the other side, Spellbreakers do have 1-0 upgrades. And what is end up going down here? Both sides sitting on 2 bases, unsure of how to proceed. Wind Riders 0-0 on those upgrades, as we are now going into Headhunters and perhaps eventual Berserkers, but we are only at Stronghold, not going into Fortress as of yet. fighting next to a Fountain of Health, well, it will give a little bit of an advantage. Orc units having a difficult time normally healing, but being able to heal at the Fountain of Health actually a very, very big bonus. Spellbreakers and the Mountain King leading the charge here. Mountain King going to get to level 4 with access to level 2 Stormbolt, and like a true professional, leaving behind a Tome of Agility. Tauren Chieftain sitting at level 4 still. Farseer, where are they going to try and creep out some additional, just to get an additional bit of experience? Getting level 2 Spirit Wolves would be a brilliant, brilliant play, or just an overall nice boost to the army, and that's what we're going to be looking at here, as we are now going into Witch Doctors for those Sentry Wards, and perhaps we will even be able to see some, well, some stasis traps and healing wards as well. Making our way back down to the south here, Mountain King going after the Red Drake creep camp again, going to get this Fountain of Health, a large amount of damage. Meanwhile, Mountain King Illusion wandering around, going to be able to perhaps catch some sights there as the troll. Battle now raging through. All right, there's a purge. Mountain King comes in with the clap. Tauren Chieftain trying to make its way to the back here. It's going to land down a stomp, but only hit a couple of priests and that Mountain King. Mountain King could be in trouble, but has a potion of lesser invulnerability. A follow-up thunderclap causing problems there. Chain lightning pushing on through. It's level 2 chain lightning as a stomp does go down, but the Archmage uses the Scroll of Town Portal in time as a couple of grunts trying to back away, and they'll be able to survive. All right. Fountain of Health here pretty much already cleared. Only one Forest Troll Berserker. This is going to give a lot of time to heal for these remaining Shaman. The Shamans do need to make their way back down, and in order to heal back up. Great use by Fly of this Fountain of Health. All right, it looks like there was a reveal being used. Who used the reveal? Is there a crystal ball somewhere? Yes, Mountain King has a crystal ball, and hence being able to scout out this Fountain of Health. All right, all of the units of Fly back up to full hit points. Infi, however, has the supply advantage, 75 supply compared to 66, and the army of Spellbreakers with Devotion Aura. Or there was Devotion Aura, Mountain King with Devotion Aura, as the Spellbreakers have a large amount of armor and are immune to any stomp effects. This is going very, very poorly for Fly. That level 5 Tauren Chieftain, or level 4 Tauren Chieftain, has not been doing that much in terms of stomps, as Infi is now looking to perhaps set up expansions down across over here. We see a scout tower already being placed down. That was an ivory tower there. Archmage has more opportunities, as well as a couple of easy kobolds will get finished off here just to get a little bit more experience. Why the heck not? All right, Spellbreakers will be making their way over. Fly machines are in position. The slow being cast onto that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain, well, unable to get very far behind here as the Fly machines going after some of those Troll Bat Riders, and will get finished off too. Kodo Beast wanted to eat some Spellbreakers, but without a Scroll of Speed, unable to do so. Tauren Chieftain doesn't have a mana for a stomp as the Kodo Beasts are backing up, and really it's a game of Infi knowing that those Kodo Beasts, if they eat the Spellbreakers, it's a problem. Tauren Chieftain now looking to back up. Are we going to start seeing some dine and dash? That is the question here. There's still one Kodo Beast available to eat a unit. There it goes. And, well, Infi Scroll of Town portaling away with 9 supply in the belly of the beasts. Back down, we are looking at a couple of guard towers about to get finished off. One guard tower was done upgrading, but the remaining towers will end up being lost as the Kodo Beast now heads back off to the north. All right. Mountain King with a potion of mana. A Thunderclap still going to be a major problem. Coming back on the other side, Tauren Chieftain needs to regenerate all of these hit points as well, hanging by this Fountain of Health. And if Fly continues to use this Fountain of Health very aggressively, he should be able to at least push it into an interesting late game. The question is going to be who's going to establish this expansion over here on the bottom right. This expansion here still has plenty of gold to mine from. Same here, more than 10 minutes as the Spirit Wolves going to try to do a little bit of harassment. We are still only sitting at Stronghold at this case, and we are looking at, well, Shaman still getting trained up to perhaps try and purge down any water elementals. A transition from water elementals into Blizzard might be useful as well, as the Spellbreakers can sit under Blizzard all day long and not take any damage. Fly needs Taurens or something, or Mass Headhunters. Well, Mass Headhunters is just very, very weak to Thunderclap, as the Headhunters generally bunch together, and well, they get slowed down so much. We'll see how this is all going to be unfolding here. Arcane towers right here. There is that couple of ivory towers trying to be established down. As in comes these headhunters. They're going to try and back up Stormbolt onto one headhunter there. As we are going to look at, well, a Bat Rider just making its way there back and forth. Spellbreakers, fly machines off to the side. Is the Troll Bat Rider going to try and, well, nope. Beautiful splits right there to make sure that the flying machines are traded inefficiently with those Bat Riders. As we are looking at more, well, repairs getting underway. Tauren Chieftain, what can it really hope to do here? It wants to land down a giant stomp onto those priests, but the Spellbreakers are all right there. Tauren Chieftain just losing a lot, always trying to get a stomp in, only to see all of its mana removed by those Spellbreakers there. Mountain King could be in trouble. Archmage using a Scroll of Town Portal and is going to head back out again. 80 supply compared to 73 right now. Infi in a little bit of a strange spot, being forced to use a Scroll of Town Portal right there. Spellbreakers removing a lot of the mana from that Tauren Chieftain. Tauren Chieftain not able to do much. Kodo Beast also did not get a chance to dine and dash on any of those Spellbreakers, and that was perhaps the downside here. Kodo Beast, they should be trying to do that now. There's that Thunderclap. Kodo Beast going to be very, very slow. All three Kodo Beasts with nothing in its belly. Wind Rider going to get taken down by those flying machines off to the side here as a Thunderclap finishes off a grunt. Tauren Chieftain still leading the charge. Raiders trying to make their way here. Kodo Beast, why aren't they eating anything? That is the question right now. If they are going to be that close to the battle, they should really be trying to do something. All right, Scroll of Healing used right there. There is one digestion, two digestions, three digestions finally being used as we see the Mountain King looking to back up, and these hit and run tactics on both sides. Well, Footman getting lost here. And remember, though, the last time there was this escape, a Scroll of Town Portal, there was nothing in the bellies. This time around, however, well, all four Kodo Beasts have either a priest or a Spellbreaker in the belly. And that is going to be an 11 supply difference as we take a look back off to the north here. Footman taken down. Watchtower going to be added in. Going to go ahead and continue to mine away once more as the main gold mines have been mined out. Level 5 on the Mountain King, level 5 on the Tauren Chieftain, going up against level 4 Farseer and Archmage with finally a level 1 Paladin as that third hero. Infi should be looking for a way to set up this expansion down across over here. Spellbreakers don't seem to be doing all that well, and we're going to see a sudden digestion and well, indigestion giving Infi some problems as the priest and the Spellbreakers are going to be lost here in just a moment. Once more, Ivory Tower is being built only to be destroyed seconds later, as the Shamans don't even have Bloodlust. Shamans don't have Bloodlust because they don't want to be taken by Spell Steal. But at the same time, there's not that many units that can really be Bloodlusted on Infi's side, aside from the heroes. Really aside from those heroes. Kodo Beast, well, it looks like the Kodo Beasts are about done digesting all of those units. More Scrolls of Healing are being picked up by the Farseer and that Tauren Chieftain, and the Scrolls of Healing are what is keeping those Kodo Beasts alive as they try to run in and leave constantly. All right, a couple of ensnares trying to cause some separation and some distance. More mortar teams now getting added to perhaps try and find some ways to deal damage to that back line of Shaman and those Kodo Beasts, as we're 23 minutes into this game with no end in sight yet. Water Elemental making its way through, going to try and get some damage into the back here. Raiders, and you know what? All of a sudden, Fly says, you know what? I can engage at your expansion too. Cause a little bit of problems, but now in comes the Mountain King. Mountain King may be able to get off a big Thunderclap right here. Where is it? There it goes. Slowing down so many units. Kodo Beast going to try and do a little bit of eating, and this Kodo Beast is going to have a very bad day indeed. All right, reversing that lunch already. Kodo Beast continuing to fight. It looks as though the Town Hall going to get taken down. There it goes with a well-timed Scroll of Town Portal. But two Shaman are lost. All right, being forced to rebuild this this Town Hall here in just a second, as the units are doing a little bit of long-distance mining, but there's not enough gold for Infi as of yet. Units are now going to be making their way back over to the expansion here. There is one Watchtower, one Burrow ready to go. Yes, someone left behind a Tome of Strength. Thank you, Aria. As the Archmage dropping down 2 Ivory Towers and perhaps going to be upgrading them here in just a moment. Yes, it is going to be double guard towers here. Water Elemental is getting purged down. Farseer going to try to make its way back over. Kodo Beast has one Spellbreaker in its belly, and that is it. Tauren Chieftain now needs to get up into that frontline spot, has a Clarity Potion, but we cannot see these Scout Towers get completed. All right, this could be a little bit of bad news. Mountain King is in that front line. Is it going to get surrounded? And then Thunderclap, there it goes. Mountain King gets in a major Thunderclap across multiple units, but how much mana does he really have? Potion of Mana still available, and it should be able to get off another Potion of Mana, and there it is, but it gets ensnared and unable to get off an easy Thunderclap again. There it goes, finally going after all those units once more. Lightning Shield, Tauren Chieftain running back after all of those units here, only going to be able to affect the Mortar Teams and the Priests, as the Spellbreakers are immune to magic as the fight's still raging through. Kodo Beast, Scroll of Healing being used again. Kodo Beast still digesting some units once more. Tauren Chieftain is out of mana, sitting at level 5. Is going to be able to get to level 6. Does have a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Mountain King wants to finish off some units as well, as we are still fighting their way through. All right, Holy Light trying to save Spellbreaker. Raiders trying to finish off some more units. Paladin now out onto the field as well. Is it going to use a Divine Shield, as the Tauren Chieftain seen at level 5, getting close to level 6, but may not be able to make it. Kodo Beast, some of them are still digesting units, and a digestion may give the Tauren Chieftain level 6 here, which would be so close. Potion of Lesser Invulnerability, is it going to be used? Yes, it is, as the units are now fighting back their way through again. Tauren Chieftain so close, and does get to level 6. I believe it was a digestion, and now all of a sudden you cannot easily finish off the Tauren Chieftain, as it would just get back up again. All right, Kodo Beast trying to run all the way to the back. Farseer now using a Potion of Lesser Invulnerability. Tauren Chieftain just trying to bait some attacks, as this Kodo Beast eats a peasant, and the units are now trying to back away. Mountain King gets up to level 6. Stormbolt now onto the Farseer. Farseer trying to back away once more. Farseer is in a little bit of trouble. It gets taken down as the Archmage gets up to level 5. Tauren Chieftain is right there trying to finish off the Archmage. Archmage down to 106 hit points. It does not want to fall. You do not want to take down the Tauren Chieftain, as a couple of the Spellbreakers are going to fall as well. Level 3 now on the Paladin, as Infi looks like he is in a better spot right now, but he is not mining. That is the problem. All right, Peon's going to start mining once again. Long distance mining coming across on the other side. Farseer needs to get resurrected. It is getting resurrected the old-fashioned way. 43 supply compared to 35. All right. Indigestion causing level 6 on a Tauren Chieftain, making it impossible to take him out. Now the question here is, did the Tauren Chieftain, the Tauren Chieftain got killed by his own units. Now the question is going to be, does the Archmage, does Infi recognize that resurrection is on cooldown? If he recognizes that resurrection is on cooldown, that Tauren Chieftain is going to be a very big target. Tauren Chieftain now making its way back over. We're looking at, well, flying machines. Shaman trying to line up a couple of purges. Will it be able to do exactly that? Well, come on, just do the purge. There he goes. One more shot. Tauren Chieftain going to perhaps try to push its way through. Thunderclap finding some more damage across those units again, as the Kodo Beast want to eat up some of those Spellbreakers. Tauren Chieftain is right there in that front line. There's a Stomp adding in some damage onto that Mountain King. Mountain King does have access to Avatar. Actually, no, does not have access to Avatar. Level 3 Stormbolt and level 3 Thunderclap. Two very powerful abilities, as the Raiders are not getting slowed down. Stomp hitting multiple units again. Units are still running around every which way, as that Raider down to 26 hit points, able to escape. Kodo Beast is right there. Is it going to perhaps try and eat up one of those Spellbreakers? That is the question. Mountain King does not have enough mana. Is the Kodo Beast going to be able to line it up, as we see a Staff of Sanctuary bringing back home a Spellbreaker that was low on hit points? Mountain King, currently invisible, just waiting for the opportunity to line up a Thunderclap. We are looking at massive repairs underway. Once more, Water Elemental. There's a Thunderclap again, as multiple Peons could get taken down. Raiders, are we going to see a couple of ensnares? Tauren Chieftain, there's a Stomp. Our Kodo Beast is going to be able to eat any easy targets. That is the question. Trying to go after a Spellbreaker, and no, misses it, as we're looking at the Raiders trying to go back on the downside here. Farseer back out onto the field, as the Tauren Chieftain gets in another Stomp to try and slow down some more units. Spellbreakers stealing all of those Spirit Wolves, causing more problems again. All right, couple of units going to get taken down in the back. Kodo Beast still not eating anything, as the Kodo Beast tries to slip away once more. Tauren Chieftain does not have any more mana, as we are going to see a Kodo Beast getting taken down again. All right, Thunderclap being brought on through. Spellbreaker finishing off that Raider right there, as the Archmage at level 5, level 3 Water Elemental still causing major problems. All right, Mountain King, Archmage, Paladin pushing on their way again. Tauren Chieftain making its way back over. Does not have Resurrection as of yet. Still a little bit more. Farseer does have that Orb of Lightning, though. So Orb of Lightning causing Purge. 19 supply army going up against 28. Tauren Chieftain going to try and save Water Elemental inside the belly as that Kodo Beast going to end up getting taken down. There it goes, and there goes a Shaman for good measure. All right. Even though it is long distance mining for some time, it looks like Infi is actually going to be able to come out ahead using the power of the human tri-hero, Archmage, Mountain King, and Paladin. Each of them supporting each other, providing mana, being able to snipe down units, and healing each other, as this is still a force to be reckoned with. Tauren Chieftain going to try and dip its way forward back again. All of these Spellbreakers just completely shutting down both heroes as the Farseer unable to use... oh, wow. Farseer escaping at 41 hit points. Farseer unable to use Spirit Wolves, and the Tauren Chieftain unable to use Stomp. Making its way back over again. Thank you for the kind words, Light Love. Paladin, Mountain King, and Archmage down on over here.
Yes,
oh, okay. Mountain King, Archmage, Paladin still pushing on through again. It looks like the long distance mining is still underway. Infi somehow still getting a little bit of resources. And Fly was just waiting to see, does my opponent have an expansion? No, my opponent doesn't have an expansion. He's just been doing long distance mining this entire time, and that's how he's been able to stay ahead. Tauren Chieftain now is going to try and make a little bit of a play here. Farseer, Spirit Wolves are all here, and we're going to see a Raider try to get in some damage here. Farseer may try to get to level 5 here. Is it going to be enough as the Arcane Vault, well, going to take a little bit of damage? Do we see Pillage? Yes, we do see Pillage, hence the reason why Raiders are able to get in a little bit of gold. And once more, Spirit Wolves, well, being a turncoat, and now may start attacking the Tauren Chieftain and that Farseer. Farseer sitting at level 4 right now, 8 experience away from level 5. A simple peon kill would have been enough, as we're still looking at more long distance mining happening right now. All right, Raider trying to back up. 1 Raider, 2 heroes. Well, the only things keeping up Fly's army. Meanwhile, we see 3 heroes, actually a decent sized army coming in from Infi. 3 heroes, a couple of spellbreakers, and even 2 priests for backup good measure to just provide plenty of healing. Now, Infi knows that he does not need to engage straight up at this point. Meanwhile, we are also looking at the Farseer sitting at level 5 now, and with the invisible Spirit Wolves, what we can see Chieftain and the Farseer putting on pressure while the Spirit Wolves are able to run on by and put damage onto these peasants. However, there are still 3 towers at that expansion. All right, Stormbolt onto a Raider. Raider already down to 250 hit points. May end up getting taken down. Are we going to see a Thunderclap as the unit trying to back away? There's that Thunderclap. It gets taken down, and I believe this is going to be the end of it. Farseer pretty much has nowhere to run to. Tauren Chieftain going to try and, well, perhaps finish off a couple of units. Going to get surrounded again. Is it going to see a dying Stomp? Yes, it does. A large amount of damage. Finishing off a Priest. There goes 1 Priest. There goes another Priest as the Spirit Wolves turn invisible again. Farseer, however, not going to be able to escape. Down it goes, and only 1 resurrectable Tauren alive to finish it off. Infi takes this game over Fly with good use, commanding use of that center expansion, and then being able to do some long distance mining while outlasting his opponent due to, well, having access to Spellbreakers, Priests, and that Paladin. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.